Alright, so the Discord has a survey out, and I just wanted to kind of make this tier list while also answering the survey, so why not just do that? We've got all the SRs and SSRs in this game, and please know that these are my thoughts on the characters, and you could have a different experience with them, but I will be providing my reasons for each character, so if there's certain characters that you don't agree with, just kind of listen to why I'm putting that character where I'm putting them. And let me just rename this trash because I believe those units won't have any single value at all. So let's start with the SSRs and then go to the SRs. So we're going to start off with S tier. And I'm going to bring up the Asta first, if I could see him. So Asta. Asta is a great single target attacker. And we're just going to go to what he does. So basically, he just has, where is he? Yeah, so he has really high attack stat, like 17,800, even if it's just attack and not attack and M attack. Having 17,000 total is very good, or almost 18,000. It's nice. His passive increases attack, and then both of them increase attack, so that's also really good. But in general, just everything about him is insane. Like here, he could stack up to 5 times for increased damage, and then he could do an additional attack, and he could also do an additional attack on, or an extra turn on his ultimate, and then he increases damage more. He's going to be doing a truckload of damage. All he does is attack, 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 and like you're gonna get killed. Like you are going to die if you're getting attacked by him. And if you use him in attack arena, he's gonna be insane. But just for PvE, also he is a great single target unit in my eyes. I just don't really see him ever being not useful ever. Now, Yami is a bit more situational, but as a seasonal, I absolutely love Yami. So let me try to find Yami. Basically, he's going to be very good, especially against the current meta. So there are a lot of good red units, and his unique passive increases damage against favored types by 15% and also increases damage done. But in general, his kit is just really good. So first off, he's one of the only people that have a buff for both attack types, so both attack and M attack. And his S2 is an AoE that blocks HP recovery while also giving yourself a special point. So I think that is just insanely good. And because the skill 2 doesn't take any special points, increasing it's going to get you your ult quicker. So I think like you're going to want to use your ult first and then use your skill 2. But not just that, his ult is very, very good. So it has a good multiplier. Top it alongside, I'm pretty sure his stats were really good. 70% crit damage is nice. Total, his attack is a bit low, but I think he does make up for it because of this. And his ultimate, getting the total silence, is very nice. And because of this passive, I think that he's going to be very good in this meta, especially when you consider all the good red units out right now. So I think that Yami is insanely good and definitely deserves the S tier. And of course, the other Yami does too in my eyes. So this Yami is a bit different. So he's going to be good pretty much everywhere in the game. And he is insane. So he has an AoE. This AoE has a pretty good scaling because it's a skill 1, and it applies bleed, which is a nice extra bonus, I guess. Now his whole thing is definitely going to be critting, so if you pair him up with Finral, he's going to be very good. Basically, his ultimate also has good scaling, and the main thing of this is that he gets the crit rate, and so this is already good. But his crit rate and crit damage is higher, or sorry, his crit rate is higher, so then you're going to be able to build him full crit rate with Finral 2. Finral is going to be able to buff his crit rate, and then he's just going to do really good damage, I believe. I really find he's really good, especially with his skill 2 that has a chance to stun, and then of course if it is a boss, more damage. So I think that in PvE he's going to be good, and in arena I think you could find a lot of uses for him because you could just keep on spamming the skill 1 if you need, and then when you don't have like many people to hit still, you're just going to use a single target. You could stun them because you're going to be able to use this, and then you're going to get the stun if there is a bleed on them, which is basically like a guaranteed stun because his skill 1 and his ultimate can both, sorry, you're going to get a stun if there's a bleed, and his skill 1 and ultimate both have bleeding on it with 60% chance here, but it's going to be very good in getting the enemies down. And just, I feel like stuns are still very valuable, especially if it's on the DPS units, because one less turn of a DPS is hell, right? Like for the enemy. So I think it's going to be very, very, very good. I think Yami is insane in my eyes. Now, William is just a really good support. He is insane. He basically has a stun on his S1. So that's going to be good. And on his S2, he increases attack, speed, and stamina. So your ally who gets this buff is going to be going crazy because getting that stamina increase with the speed increase basically guarantees they're going to attack a lot quicker. And then getting the attack increase by 84% is insane. And then the ultimate is also really nice because it's going to reduce damage. The Fortify is reducing damage by 34% while also giving the person with the highest attack a counter attack. I think that this William is insane. And like getting the extra Fortify here is nice. Just in general, he's going to be providing very good buffs and could really buff a unit, especially if you're putting it with someone who needs buffs like Jack. He's going to be truly insane. Now, next up, everyone knows it. Lotus. Lotus is crazy good. He has 2 AoEs, and both of those AoEs are really good. This one decreases stamina. So this decreased stamina sometimes gets you extra turns, and same thing for this one has a chance to reduce speed. So these two together are really good. But then alongside that, this has a guaranteed incapacitate. And because it's an AoE, every single person now takes 50% more damage. So Lotus's ultimate is really crazy. He just does a bunch of debuffs. And then, you know, if there's really a boss that's annoying you, you could extend their buffs. And then let's say if they're stunned, I'm pretty sure stun could work. If not, it's just any other debuffs. So then just extending debuffs is really good. And then you're just gonna do crazy stuff like Lotus, especially in arena, in PvE, anywhere you use Lotus, he is going to excel in. Now, Finral is just kind of the god of the game right now. I think everyone is loving him so much. I'm really happy he's good, and it's for good reason because his skill 1 increases speed, his skill 2 increases. Pretty sure he does more than just those 2 things. I'm gonna check in game because I swear he also increases speed. He doesn't. Okay. It's still really good. This skill 2 is still insane because it's going to increase attack and then damage done. So this is even crazier when you consider that it's going to first put on the attack and then afterwards you're going to do the more damage. So it's not going to, it's really good. And this is quite a lot of attack on all allies. So that is insane. And then his ultimate is truly just amazing for any crit unit and just person, anyone really, because you're going to get increased speed by 55% and then extra crit rate 50% chance, and you could dispel a debuff and he's gonna be crazy. And then if you really need to, you're just gonna use the combined attack if ever. You're gonna get the buffs for 84% extra attack, and I'd say he is insanely good. And this honestly is pretty good, reducing damage from unfavored types, especially when like blue Yami exists and like Jack also, he's going to be able to tank very well from them. Well, not tank very well, but he's going to be able to live some hits, basically. Now, next up, we got Asta. I am personally a huge fan of the Asta. He has come in clutch so many times for me. And why that is because he is a really good tank. Basically, his AoE is his main part for me. Because what it will do is has a 40% chance to first put taunt, and then it's going to put you into a defensive state 100%. So against any single target unit, you always want to start in arena. Usually you're going to start out with the skill so that the single targets hopefully get taunted, use their ultimates on this Asta, and then Asta is going to tank it all because he's going to have this defensive state. And because of this defensive state, he's not going to take much damage. Like 50% less damage taken is amazing. And then his skill 1 is going to increase his defense afterwards. And because this stance is for 2 turns, this defense is going to help him out a lot. And then also his skill 2 is an AoE stun that dispels buffs. So, I mean, guys, come on. Come on. Like having a chance to stun and then having a taunt on his AoE is great. And then you could also increase that taunt chance by an extra 20%. So then it would become a 60% chance to taunt. And I'm just saying, guys, it clutches games up. Like, he's really good. He is insanely good. Now, next up, Rodus. Rodus is a very good tank. He is probably like the tank of the game, I'd say, because 2 things. First off, let's check his stats. That's very good defense. Wow, that is, I think, probably one of the highest HPs in the game. I just want to compare to like someone like Mimosa and see. Yeah, no, his HP is insane. You don't really see that much. First off, so he's not going to really be dying at all, especially with this high defense. He's not dying. Like, that's it. So his skill 1 increases defense by 140% for all allies for 2 turns. Yes, that's insane. And then he gets a barrier and then increases endurance on his ultimate for all allies, guys. Like, what? What is this? And then debuff immunity. Like, Rodus is insane. If you really build this guy to be Just if you give him some M attack for the barrier, then you increase his defense, maybe give him a shit ton of HP, he's gonna go crazy. Rhodes is a really good tank, and I need him. I've seen so much people use him, and I'm telling you, when you see that Rhodes and when you're fighting that Rhodes, if they're built up, it is really hard to fight. Like, especially because he's green, he's gonna be weak against half of the game, but also strong against the other half. Green is like kind of that typing that's a bit weird at the moment, but like against like the two single targets, they won't be able to just. Of course, Asta could do crazy stuff, but he won't be able to do like 81k, right? Especially with the defense and then increasing defense. If Rhodes gets to attack first, to be fair, his speed, where's his speed? His speed is low, sadly, but Rhodes will not be dying first turn, so you're gonna be able to get off your defense or shield. And if you run this with like a healer, yeah, he's gonna be quite cracked in my eyes. Alright, so next up, I'm like debating Mimosa between S and A. Because I feel like Mimosa is an insane healer. Just healing isn't really in the meta at the moment, especially because it's more tanking. So it's really between the two. I'm going to say she's high A. Like, she's probably the highest A I could put on the list. It's like, she is borderline. Because she has 2 AoE heals. She's going to be very good for that. She has a resurrection. And she's going to be pretty good if you run her with like Rhodes or something in arena. But she won't be like doing too much for the team because the meta is more so just buffing and debuffing. But she is healing, right? That's all she is doing. She could be dead weight sometimes, but she could also excel sometimes. And in a PvE, especially for now, she's going to be very, very, very good, right? So we're going to have to... I need to see a bit more in her, about her later on. But I feel like for now, she is a very, like, the most solid A tier I could put on this list. Now, next up, Jack. Jack is very close to being S tier 2. He is an amazing single attacker, and he's also going to be a very fun unit, I think, for many people. Where is he? All right, so he's here. So his skill 1, pretty good scaling. Also can apply bleed. Now his main thing comes from his skill 2, which increases penetration, crit rate, and speed. He's gonna get these 3 buffs, and then his main thing comes from his ultimate, where he's going to be getting 10% crit damage for each buff that is on Jack. And if you pair him up with like Finral, William, he's going to be doing insane amount of damage because you're going to be getting a lot of buffs. And then for each buff, more damage, right? And then this, I don't know, I feel like Jack does a lot of damage. And then this is also very good, 7% more damage done. And then you get a Sever, which this is actually really crazy. Applies increased damage done to yourself, proportionate to remaining HP, not to yourself, but like to others. Like applies the buff to yourself, but like you're not taking more damage, right? So 30% extra damage done is really good. Like when you consider, like this makes the 90 go up to like not 120 exactly. It's like gonna be a very high though. Like his damage is gonna be good, and then because he also gives himself crit rate here, he's gonna be getting the crits off a lot, and his crit rate is pretty good actually. So getting 27.5% crit rate there, and then you're gonna get 26 here, so that's around 50. But then Finral could buff it up, so you're gonna be at like 75 if Finral's on your team. So yeah, no, Jack's gonna be getting this crit, and when he gets that crit, this is gonna do insane damage, guys. You really cannot sleep on Jack. I think he is just like a really, really, really fun unit to use, and just also just obviously really good, right? Now, Sally is the most probably long-term unit, I guess you could call it. Basically, she's gonna have this really neat trick where she's able to extend buff duration, which is something that's really good for Jack. And hey, honestly, like Sally with Jack, she gives him crit rate, extends the buff duration, right? This skill 2 to one ally, but like this skill 2 is crazy, getting the M attack by 84% crit rate and extending the buff duration by 2 turns. Yeah, no, it's really good. And then this is going to be for all allies. You're going to be getting all attacks, 50% for both, and then crit damage. Like Sally is insane, so she is able to increase crit rate, M attack by 84, and then both attacks by 50% crit damage, right? Like it's really good. And then oh wow, even better, increases the increased all attack level of a special skill by 1. So this is going to be even more. I think that Sally is really good as a buffer. She's crazy. And then lifesteal is something, I guess, if you need to heal a bit, at least you've got Sally, who could heal herself like that extra bit to keep her alive. Now, I actually really like, he's going to have like basically a triple AoE because on his skill 1, he's able to, if he crits or kills an enemy, attack like everyone else. And it has a pretty good single target. Then his skill 2 reduces defense, and then his ultimate increases incapacitate. He's going to be very good PvE for farming, and also in arena he could be used for sure. I think that he is not like amazing, but he's good. He's like a very solid A unit in every single game mode. He doesn't excel in everything. The people that excel are all in S tier. I feel like there's arguments for like maybe Jack to be an S tier, but except for that, I feel like is honestly very deserving of this A rank status. I feel like I have a good time using and his damage is very good, and he also has pretty sure the highest scaling for an ultimate. So that is ultimate AOE. So that makes him very good. I think that is a pretty good SR. Honestly, he's very nice. He's very nice. Now next up we are going to be putting Rill. So Rill, I think many of you don't really like him. I think his damage is not great, but what he does do, it's like I try to like be like, I feel like he's in B, but then it's like, oh, he reduces defense by 60% AoE, no matter what, has a chance to dispel debuffs, dispel buffs. Then on his ultimate, he's incapacitating them and could stun. AoE stun with the incapacitate. Incapacitate's very good. So I think he is a good A unit, and I think he's definitely deserving of it. He's going to increase everyone else's damage, so as a debuffer, it does make him, I mean, obviously makes sense for him to do that as a debuffer, and I think he is very good. Now, next up, Leopold, highest attack in the game, going to be doing insane damage, increases his own damage a lot, very good. So he has lifesteal also, which is going to make it so that he's self-sustaining because of how much damage he does. He has low HP, but makes up for it because of his lifesteal. And of course, if they are suffering from burn, which by the way, he has like a sort of adjacent hitting 3 people burn, he's going to be able to do 50% more damage on an already attack, 150% scaling. So then this ultimate is going to be doing crazy stuff. And then you're going to be getting 30% lifesteal. So you're going to be doing a lot of damage, and then this ultimate is basically going to full heal you. And then the single target also is really good scaling, like 105 is very high. And this too could also do really good because you also get the magic attack, and I'm pretty sure his magic attack is the much higher stat, and he just has really high attack. So overall, Leopold is a very good unit. I think that for single target, he's going to be crazy, and he's going to be able to be self-sustaining. Now, next up is Mars. I really do like Mars. I need to use him more. He's going to be very fun in the future. Where's Mars? Where's Mars? Mars. So he has a taunt. Then he has a single target stun with 40% chance. His main thing though, first off, is his combo and also his AoE, while also having really high defense and HP. Like 8,000 is insanely high with 71,000 HP. Now his ultimate extends debuff duration, which is always amazing to have, plus reducing damage taken. And in PvE, he's going to be good because of the taunt. And then in Arena, he's going to be good because he has 2 stuns on his combo, which is an AoE stun. And then he's going to have it on his single target, which also lowers their defense. So Mars is going to be a very good tank. He will not be dying, especially because even in defense for Arena, you won't really be seeing anyone target Mars. But he's still going to be very annoying to your team because like he could stun. So you guys have to be careful of Mars, especially if you like program. If the enemy programs Mars to like do his combo, he could be stupid annoying, right? So I think Mars is definitely worthy of the A rank in my eyes. Now next up we've got Fuego. So Fuego, I didn't like him at first because it seemed like they wanted to build him off of burn, but now I'm kind of seeing what they're doing. So basically, what you're gonna want for Fuego and how he works is that his skill 2 is gonna be applying burn. It's an AoE that applies burn with a pretty okay scaling, but then his ultimate and his single target both take advantage of the enemies having a burn because this does 30% more damage if there's a burn on, and then, or a DOT, just a damage over time effect in general, but mainly burn because you're going to be burning with Fuego, which is the main reason why they have the increased damage done. And then here too, you're doing 40% more damage on an already 150% attack scaling, so he's going to be insanely good, and it's also going to be putting another burn stack. So what you could do is you could AoE. You're gonna AoE skill 2, you're gonna ult, and then you're gonna single target, then you're gonna AoE, ult, single target, and you're gonna be able to keep the increased damage done on Pretty sure that's how it would work. And then for his unique passive, upon using skill 2 applies 1 burn debuff to the enemy. So you're getting a guaranteed burn already, and then this has a 50% chance. So that means you're going to have a chance for them to already have 2 stacks, which is going to be okay damage, but it's going to also guarantee that the ultimate and the single target will get the debuff they need to be able to do it. And then this is honestly pretty good. He's going to probably do very good damage. And considering there's a lot of blue units, he could be very good. I feel like the color meta is honestly really interesting, and I'm kind of liking how it's playing out, and like how sometimes I'm scared to fight people because I have a red Yami team, and I don't sometimes want to fight a single target blue Yami ultimate, right? So it's gonna be very nice how that continues, and I think Fuego being green is pretty good too. And I think green definitely needs it because there's not that many strong green options, because all this is red, and then you got like a couple greens in here, but you know, obviously greens do need a bit of help. Now, sadly, these two are going to be going in B tier for the SSRs, the final SSRs. I put them at once because obviously no SSR is going to be in C tier trash, right? So, Leopold is not Leopold. Nozel, not Leopold, my bad. So Nozel, he's going to be interesting in some team comps, but I feel like he suffers the same thing as Charlotte in my eyes, where it's just a bit too situational sometimes, because all he does as a debuffer is put poison, which I'm not considering a debuff, and he puts magic attack reduction, weapon disarm, which is going to reduce their attack, reduce their damage by 34%, and then reduce special skill points. That's it. And then his passives give fortify, like making him tank more. What? And then increase damage done. Why are you increasing a debuffer's damage? I don't get that. I hate how he works. And the attack, he has 2 AoEs, right? Both of his things are AoEs. And it does reduce damage, but that's all it's doing. He's providing nothing else to the team and will not be doing good damage. In my eyes, I do not think Nozel is worthy of being in A rank. I don't like Nozel. Now, Charlotte, there is a discussion for her to be in A rank. I want to say that. But it's going to definitely depend on her marks if they hit or not, because it's an AoE. 50% chance on each, so you could get lucky, hopefully get 2 people, and what the mark does is basically make your other abilities very good. So the only thing is, I feel like the mark isn't the best. So okay, let's talk about it. Charlotte is an interesting unit because she's a debuffer, right? So her attack and crit won't be like the highest, like 50% is alright, but this attack is not good, right? So making her do more damage when there's a mark is weird. It should have applied a debuff if there was a mark, not increase damage. So I think skill 1 is not that good. Now, skill 2 does reduce defense by 50% for 2 turns, which is going to be very good. I think that is nice, but the mark also will help apply more defense reduction. So actually, bro, yeah, I don't like her too much, but I might be putting her in A. We'll have to see. Like, she's one unit I'm, like, very much contemplating. Because also her AoE is going to put attack reduction, and then has a chance to apply bleed, which is going to be good for other people who need DLTs. Then her combo increases damage taken by 70%, so yeah. I forgot about this part, which was the main thing, which is going to apply more damage reduction if they have a mark. So that would be 70% total, because 50 plus 20 obviously is 70. So Charlotte definitely is deserving of A rank in my eyes. Now that I'm seeing the light, guys. I'm seeing the light. It's slowly coming to me, right? It is slowly coming to me. Now Ghost basically is going to be doing a ton of damage. He's going to be single targeting for all of his skills, and then he's going to have a chance to do an additional attack. So like this makes it go from 95% to 125, and then this one goes from 125% to possibly 175%, because you're going to add this and this, and then it's going to be 175, right? And then this one, it could go up to 240% if you get that additional attack, and it's an AoE. Like, wait, what? This is an AoE for 150%? What? No way. Okay, yeah, his damage is going to be good. It sucks that he doesn't do much more, but pure damage wise, he's going to be nice. His attack isn't super, I mean, it's good. It's good. Yeah, no, Ghost is definitely going to be good. I think he's like a really good B rank unit. I don't think he's deserving of A, but we'll have to see. Maybe he'll go up in the future, but for now, he's interestingly in B tier in my eyes. Now, Nebra, let's just talk about her. So basically, she's single target, single target, single target. And her clone's going to be able to make her do quite good damage here, which is why I think she's going to be deserving of B rank. So basically, the clones will summon two, and then it's gonna make, where is it? So summon two clones to deal equal damage equal to 35% of M attack and attack to an enemy upon using skill one. So this is gonna be 150% single target, which is gonna be like pretty good. It is pretty good. I think that definitely it's gonna be interesting how much damage you could do here. Plus she has a stun and can reduce defense, so she is pretty good. Just damage wise, I don't know. It's nothing too crazy, and it's not like, yeah, no, not like crazy attack, and her crit damage and crit rate isn't that high. Her speed is okay, so it's like, yeah, she's B tier. She's B tier. Noelle, Radis is just so good and is so different from Noelle. So Noelle basically, her main thing that I do not like is her skill 2 because she has the same type of ultimate. Where's Noelle? Noelle, so her skill 1 increases defense to the ally with the lowest health by 105%, so it could keep him alive maybe for one extra turn. But it's her skill 2 that's not really that good, so it's going to apply barrier to one person, but that's all it's really going to do. Then Dispel Freeze, like, come on. Come on, that's just weird. That's weird. There's only one person in the game who could freeze, and it's this guy. Heath, I think that's his name. Heath. So it's like, I don't know. It's weird. And then the barrier is pretty good, and then increased defense is good, so this is definitely going to make her tank. But I just don't feel like she's the same as Radis. Radis is on that extra level, so it's very much because you're comparing these two units that Noelle is in B. But she could still have uses. Like, all these units could have uses, but it's not the, like, Radis and Noelle are not on the same level, especially because, like, her HP is pretty low. Defense is also, if we look, 4150, and then Radis, I think, was in the 6000s. Yeah, okay. Big difference. Big difference. Now, Luck, I think he's okay. He has, like, an AoE that's pretty good attack. Has defense penetration with it. He has pretty good attack stats. This is not the best, though. Like, 50% for the main and adjacent. With a shock, that's only 5% of attack and attack for each turn. That's literally a third of burn, so it's like, not really that good. And then the additional attack, which, how much damage? Equal to 35%. This could be okay, but I just don't feel like he really is good in my eyes. I don't really like him too much. Now, I'm pretty sure this one, I always get these two mixed up. This one is Sandler. Yes, Alec Sandler. So, this guy basically has a double stun, with one of them being an AoE, and that's all he has, basically. Good attack, I guess. Okay attack. Not really, nothing crazy. I don't know. He has a double AoE, which is giving him C tier, but that's it. Heath, he has I don't know. I could even see him being in trash, but he has a freeze single target, and then he has another freeze here, and he has an AoE that could put bleed, and then he has another one that could put bleed. Thing is, it could stack only once, so he's like okay. He's not trash because, like, he has freeze, so he does have something. But, like, trash is really for the tier where I'm like, what are you doing, right? Now, Charmy, like, you could argue for trash. I think I'm sad because Charmy's the GOAT, but so I'm pretty sure it's two heals. Yeah, she has HP recovery, HP recovery, but it's off of her magic attack, and you would probably like to build healers to where they don't die. So it's like giving her more HP would be nice. And it's like, I don't know, I just feel like building her with attack when she doesn't really do much attacks is weird. Then her ultimate only dispels buffs. She's like, that's it. Like, her ultimate's completely worthless. And then the HP recovery isn't, like, insane. So I just don't like her. Like, if you have, like, let's say 4,000 magic attack and you get that up to, like, maybe 8,000, all you're really doing is, like, 10,000 healing. But, like, a character has, like, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 HP. So it's, like, not really a good heal. And it's single target, so she's just there. Soul, if I remember correctly, I don't remember her having much use. She was a tank. Sorry, yes, she's a tank that's just debuffing and not doing anything to tank. Or she's not like, she's a defender that only has debuffs and not doing anything to make her more tanky. Her defense and HP is pretty good. That's all she has going for her. Her debuffs are alright too, but that's all they are. Alright, she's yeah, she is just there. Now, solid. Let me see. Solid. Solid is a decent attacker. He could do grid. He's like a mini Jack because for each buff he has, he increases crit damage. But the thing is with Jack, he has this skill is a crazy buff for Jack, and also just better attack and crit and everything in general. So I think that solid is solid. He's just there. He's in C. Now Mimosa should be in B because Charmy's here. Mimosa's definitely here. Mimosa has 3 heals, one of them being AoE, and she is just healing, healing, healing. She's pretty good support also in general, so I think that Mimosa is honestly nice. You got HP recovery, and then you got AoE, and then you get extra healing, right? And her HP is also very nice. I'm pretty sure it scales off of magic attack, so yeah. Um, it's good. It's good that it's higher, the magic attack than the attack. So that's nice. I'm happy with that, and overall she'll be good. Well, I mean, like, she's a good replacement for this Mimosa, but I feel like just healers in general are not as good. So I think that B is deserving for her rank. Now, let's go. We have Vanessa. I think Vanessa should be the last one in C tier. So Vanessa, where's Vanessa? Um, doesn't really do too much, but she could be an okay supporter. So she gives total defense, which reduces damage blocked, and also depending on how much damage is blocked, you're gonna restore the HP by 8% of max HP. It's a mini heal, and then she's gonna be able to increase the defense of all allies. So I think that she does have some uses, but like skill 1, not really that good, and I just don't feel like 8% is enough for her to warrant being above C tier in my eyes. Now, the last two. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So where's Shirin? So he should be here. Sure in. He reduces defense single target. First off, he is a debuffer. He reduces defense, reduces damage, and then stuns AoE with 40% chance. I don't really like this first off because you won't be able to get the defense reduction since the stun is only 1 turn. And then this is if there is a stun, you get the defense reduction. And then this is the only thing that is pretty good. But it is AoE, so that's okay. But then the stun is 40% chance, not really doing much damage, not really doing much of anything. I don't like Shurin. I think that if you want stuns, you got much, much, much better options than this Shurin guy. So I just don't really think Shurin's good at all. And then Voltos, I remember not liking him at all. Let me try to find them. So Voltos increases stamina. So let's see, he's a supporter. Increases stamina, increases magic attack, blocks stamina reduction, increases stamina. All he's doing is increasing stamina. His ultimate is literally only this, which is pathetic. And then this only, it's 1 person. So this isn't really good either. And then this, it's only 1 person. And so, not really doing much. I don't really like him. He's horrible in my eyes. Increasing stamina for 2 of your skills and that being it, and then increasing magic attack to 1 ally for 2 turns. No, he's trash. I'm sorry, guys. So this is seemingly the tier list, I'd say. If you guys have anything you're not agreeing with, just let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And that's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.